And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes, and it's a holiday of some sort, right? I think so. It is. And 2K has given us a honestly pretty cool locker code, all things considered. It's a special Easter locker code where you get a guaranteed pink diamond card. Now, is it the greatest code in the world? No. Is it a free pink diamond? Yeah. And is it going to crash the market on a lot of these pink diamonds? Absolutely. And it is Easter hops. I'll leave it up here for a second if you guys haven't seen it elsewhere, which everyone's making a video on these locker codes, so it is what it is. But this is a market video. I just happened to put the locker code at the beginning. Why not? So let's see what we get here. So we got a chance for Zach Lavine, Michael Jordan, Paul George, Desmond Mason, and Larry Nance. If I get Desmond Mason, I'm going to be quite upset. Like, that's the one guy, because I don't have any of the other four cards. Yeah, I'm a Bulls fan. I don't really like Zach Lavine, but I like him, so let's drop it, try to get it. If I get Paul George, it is what it is. My all-time Pacers team will be a little bit better, so I'm not really too concerned that way either. Looks like we're getting Paul George. Nope, we escaped out. All right, we got a shot. That little spinning wheel. I hate the spinning wheels. There we go, got some tokens. 4 tokens, that's fine. You know, that's better than the majority of the locker codes I get anyway, so this locker code was solid. Let's hit some more tokens, let's go. There we go, we got 7, 9 tokens. Don't you dare. No, no. Come on. Oh, man, I'm upset. That being said, Desmond Mason will legitimately be discard value. Like, he'll be like 5K today. So, with that being said, let's go look at some of the cards that were in the locker code, because a lot of people are opening them as of now. I don't think the cards will get too much cheaper than they are right now. It's potentially they could. So let's take a look here and see what they're going on. I'm probably just going to buy Michael Jordan if he's cheap enough. Like, if he's under 10K, I'm just going to buy him. Just because I can't afford any of the rest of it. Well, I could, but I just don't want to buy any of the other Jordans. So I'll just buy this one for my all-time Bulls team for spotlight sim purposes and stuff like that. If he's cheap enough, which he's under 10K, like, I'll pay 9K for him. I don't care. He's not that good of a card. What, 7K? Yeah, I'll definitely pay 7K for him for sure. Oh, the scalpers are out. Yeah, 7,900, totally fine. I'll pay that for Michael Jordan. That's cool. Just to mess around with him in single player, fine with me. See what Zach Lavine's up to. I think he's going to be the one that holds the most value. Him and Paul George, I would guess. Even though legitimately Paul George... Oh, I almost bought this one, this pink diamond Zach Lavine. I probably should have just bought that Zach Lavine for 18K. Like, it is what it is, but looks like the actual pink diamond moment Zach Lavine that's in these packs is actually holding some sort of value, which is pretty cool. Let's see what he's actually going for. If he's under 30, I'll still buy him. I've wanted that card for a while, so yeah. 25, yeah, someone bought it. Whatever, 27, someone bought it. Okay, I'll pay 26. I don't care. Yeah, cool. All right, that card's definitely worth it for 20K though. He's still a very good shooting guard in this game. Like, Michael Jordan's probably not worth 7K, but I just bought him just to buy him. Let's see what Paul George is up to. He is going to be tough to tell. Like, we could see him drop as low as like 10K, but I don't think he does because he locks in for 250 tokens. So if you do plan on doing that lock-in, this is going to cause the price of Penny Hardaway to go up quite a bit, I think. Just because a lot of people are going to have Paul George and be able to lock in for relatively cheap for 250 tokens, which is huge. Especially people are going for Pete Maravich. So, yeah, this crashed the price. I'm going to wait a little bit on Paul George. I might buy him, but at the same time, like, if I wanted to improve my all-time Pacers team, I'd just go re-get Danny Granger anyway, who I like better, so it doesn't really matter. But I mean, if you're in need of a nice 3-and-D, yeah, you know what? I just still, regardless, wouldn't pick up Paul George. Like, I just wouldn't. Like, Dumas is just better version of him anyway, so I wouldn't even check it out. And then Larry Nance, obviously, is a TTO reward, so he's not going to be on the marketplace. And Desmond Mason is legitimately going to be going for like 4 or 5K. And to be honest, if you need help on a budget for domination or spotlight sims, like, Desmond Mason's not bad for those, like, at all. He's got big size, he plays defense, he dunks really hard. Let's take a look at the flash guys. So I'll start with Rondo. The reason I'll start with Rondo is because it is criminal how cheap he is. Like, legitimately. He is so inexpensive, it's actually crazy. I want to say he's going for about 50K right now, which I think is an absolute steal for Rondo. Because he's 6'1", people think that he's a bad point guard for some reason. I don't really understand where this is coming from. Like, he's cheaper than Chris Paul for some reason. That makes no sense to me because in every sense he's better than that Opal radioactive Chris Paul, in my opinion. Better jump shot, plays better defense, dunks harder. He wears a headband, which is obviously key. That should at least boost his price by like 50K, or 50K, like 5K anyway. Well, is that 41? Should I buy that? I don't know how much the rest of it. I should have just bought it. What a mistake. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I would have made like 5K. I'm not really too worried about it. But yeah, I mean, if you can get Rondo for around 50K or under, it's the steal, biggest steal that you could possibly like participate in. Because this card is actually really good. Especially if you're playing like TTO and stuff. He's a really fun card. But we're at the point in the year when everyone like wets themselves over larger point guards, so people are not going to pick up Rondo. Like, you're going to have a YouTuber who's like, well, you know, Tyrese Halliburton is actually a better card than Rajon Rondo, and I will just straight up tell you right now, it's not accurate. Like, it's not. Halliburton may be better for certain people, and he is a little bit bigger, so we can handle like a Magic Johnson a little bit better if they're post hooking you, but like Rondo is legitimately like a god tier card. He's just a little bit small. Also, he rebounds really surprisingly well. Rondo's known for that, so it's not really that surprising, but this is a really good card. Like, it is. I've been playing around with him for the past few days, and don't let the 50K price tag as an Opal fool you. Like, it's just because people listen to content creators who say like small point guards don't work anymore. But I mean, they do. Like, in theory, he's almost better than John Wall, really. Like, if you look just stats-wise, I prefer John Wall because I prefer his jump shot and his dunking animations, but it is what it is. They did my man Brandon Ingram so dirty. Alright, I still like this card a lot because I'm a huge Brandon Ingram fan. Like, when it comes to the modern day NBA players, like, I'm like an old head trapped in like a, you know, person in their 20s body, because like I dislike majority of players in the NBA right now, aside from like Ja Morant and like Brandon Ingram. But like, yeah, this guy is like my favorite player in the NBA currently, and I can't really tell you why. Like, I don't know, I don't have like a specific reason that I like this guy so much, but they did this card so dirty. 28 Hoff badges, 23 golds, which is good. Like, it's not bad. But at the same time, like, we're getting diamonds and pink diamonds that come out with the same or better badge counts at this point. So the fact that, but I mean, if you really look at it, like, yeah, I mean, they should have given him gold dimer, right? Or like something of that nature. Clutch shooter, like, they should have given him stuff like this. But at the same time, like, his badge count is about what you need. But Richard Dumas has a better badge count than him. It's like legitimately. But Brandon Ingram still has far superior offensive badges, whereas Dumas has better defensive badges. I'm not going to say one's better than the other, but realistically, like, Dumas is 20K and Ingram is 120K. So if you're a huge Brandon Ingram fan, go for it. But if you're thinking rationally, it's probably not a terrible idea to go for Dumas instead, just temporarily. Like, BI will be cheap in the near future, I guarantee it, just because they did him kind of dirty. He also feels super sluggish, but Dumas is nice. I saw somebody say that Richard Dumas is basically Charles Barkley, and like what Charles Barkley would be like in 2K, and I don't think that's completely inaccurate. Like, I think that's very on the nose. Good price point, a card I really enjoy. He's got Paul George base, which obviously people like a lot more than I do, but still a very good card. Jeff Green, he's so cheap. Like, he's probably, you can get him for around 3 to 6K, depending on the time of day. And defensively, he's a god tier card. And he's a good offensive card, but they didn't give him any shooting badges, like, at all. They gave him, like, volume shooter and tireless and stuff, but I believe they didn't give him, yeah. Oh, he doesn't have an unpluckable too, but are you really bringing the ball up with Jeff Green? Yeah, they didn't give him clutch shooter, deadeye, flexible, hot zone, or range. And then blinders on next gen, I guess. But he's still a really good card. Like, he's got a solid jump shot. He's solid all around. He plays lights out defense. Jeff Green is always really good in 2K, so I'm not saying they should have given it to him, like, but it is what it is. Here's the darling of all YouTube content creators, Tyrese Halliburton, and I will say he's a very good card. I personally think he's better than the Spencer Dinwiddie that we got, but I think it's pretty close. Like, they're both very similar cards. He's got a great badge count, which is why everyone loves him. A good jump shot. He's cheap. He's 6'5", so he has like a nice. I think he has a good wingspan too, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, he's a very good card. And if you're looking for a budget point guard, there's no one better than Halliburton. Maybe Dinwiddie, but they're two different cards, so it just kind of depends on how you feel. Darren Collison, I mean, he's small, but he's very good. That's the best way I can describe him. Yeah, it looks like Jeff Green has jump shot 50, which is the same as his own card and Chris Kaman. So. Now, when it comes to limited this week, we've seen the prices kind of dramatically decrease because most people have gotten their ring or whatever, but if you're looking for a budget option to run point, Jason Williams is actually incredibly good. He's fast. Is he fast? I think he's moderate, fast for a gold, so he's like upper 70s, but 93 ball handle, 86 pass accuracy. The key is he's going to have silver handles for days, silver quick first step, tight handles unpluckable, silver floor general, which are key. He can attack the basket really well, and he can hit jump shots when wide open. Damon Jones is the guy you're going to hear a lot of people talk about, and this is somebody that I like a lot as well. I'm probably not going to get rid of him because I just don't foresee us getting many gold cards in the future. The only way I wouldn't get rid of him is if I got Ty Lue, which would never happen, so it doesn't really matter. Somebody badged him out with 9 golds just to get that ring. Rashard Lewis, the allure, man. This actually is the most slept on gold card in the entire game, and I'm not even kidding. JJ Barea. Like, for this limited run, he's probably one of the best. He's got an 84 three-pointer. He's small, yes, but he has like 92 speed, and almost no one has clamps, so he's just going to break to the basket. Quick first step, tight handles unpluckable. He's got silver dimer. He's got downhill, floor general. Like, this card is actually nice, and if I didn't have 3 already pretty good gold point guards already, and Sam Cassell, Jason Williams, and Damon Jones, I probably would have went and grabbed him. But Sam Cassell is my MVP. That's my favorite card that I used in Limited. Besides, shout out to everyone who told me Michael Porter Jr. and the guy who destroyed me with Michael Porter Jr., who I don't want to put his gamer tag on blast, unless he wants me to. As far as like gold cards, like dynamic duo cards are still kind of expensive. We're seeing some gold guys go up, so let's go duos only, and then we'll just go gold. And Dwight Howard's still relatively expensive because I think one of his duos is probably the best. Like I said duos. His duo is the best one with Danny Green because it gives Danny Green like a 93-pointer, and if you're playing that rookie, like, he's not missing. Like, he's shooting straight up contested 3-pointers at a high clip. You can get about 9 to 10K for Dwight Howard because he's involved in basically 2 things right now. Excellent. Valanciunas you can't really use as far as his duo. Same with Goran, but both of those are solid options as well. Jarrett Allen, I believe. Yeah, Jarrett Allen and Karis LeVert. Both those guys are a little expensive, and that duo is really good as well. Shout out to everyone who's telling me about that duo in the comments and my limited tips. Derrick Rose is still a bit expensive. He's still a very good point guard to use because he has gold quick first step and dunks pretty hard, so you can just kind of take people to the rack every possession with Derrick Rose. Devontae Graham, PJ Washington is a duo I've run into pretty often, and you can get a little bit of a boost on some of those cards as well. James Wiseman, I've seen him a few times. This is probably one of the more slept on duos is Kobe White, Patrick Williams. It's because neither of them really have badges, but they get significantly better next to each other, and you don't really need badges this limited run. I mean, it definitely helps, but you're on rookie difficulty. You can hit shots regardless. Obi Toppin's pretty good too as well. There's only 2 PJ Washingtons. People know about PJ, man. They know. So let's turn off duos only and just go for gold cards and just talk about how some of those are going to be. Ibaka was pretty expensive yesterday, but he's going to calm down. If you need a power forward option or a center, like, he's very good for 1,000 MT. Like, not kidding. Aaron Gordon's okay, I guess. This is the GOAT right here. Like, this dude is definitely slept on. Seth Curry is water on rookie difficulty. Same with Robert Covington, incredibly good. He's one of the better defenders period. Evan Fournier is a card that I haven't heard talked about for this limited run either, and his price kind of reflects that. I mean, you can still make 1 to 2K on majority of gold cards. It doesn't really matter like who they are or how good they are for limited. People are going to pay them, especially on Sunday. People are going to pay like a little bit more for some cards because they're just stressed out trying to get that ring. Wilt's going for about, it would appear, close to 500K. I really want to pull the trigger on this. I think it's a bad idea for me to do so, so I'm going to like take the day and chill out. I think in a couple hours, so I would say around 3 p.m. Central Time, right, roughly around then, is a good time to buy cards because a lot of people in the United States, at least specifically, are going to be busy with like Easter family festivities and not on their consoles and stuff like that. So today in general is a good day to buy some of these cards because there's just going to be statistically less people bidding on them than normal. Granted, obviously during the daytime hours during the week are still great times, and at late at night are also good times as well. But if you're only available and you want some of these cards, now's a good time to do that. Jokic and Dirk are both up again around 150, close to 200. Hakeem's back over 100. He never really went down, but he was really close. Now he's closer to like 125. Jimmy Butler's by it now, but that legitimately is because like diamonds are coming out that are badge-wise better than Jimmy Butler at this point. Like, I'm pretty sure Zach Lavine's actually better than Jimmy Butler, and he's like 20K. And I love Jimmy Butler. Like, I can't tell you how destroyed I was when we made that trade. I think that's why I harbor a lot of resentment towards Zach Lavine, because when we traded, I don't want to talk about it. Garnett's back up. He was closer to 200. Now he's going to be closer to 3. Anthony Davis is back up as well. If you still have Anthony Davis, I think it's not a terrible idea to still keep him. Like, he's still a very usable card in this game, but I think his time is ending pretty soon. I think if you want to get the maximum amount of value, it's not a terrible idea to sell him in the near future. Larry Bird's still up. Danny Granger. I'm interested to see what he's going for. So you're going to sit here and tell me that Paul George was involved in a locker code where like a very large amount of people probably got Paul George, right? And he's still the same price as Danny Granger? The disrespect for Danny Granger this year, I swear. Straight up disrespectful. Danny Granger is a better card in every aspect of that Pink Diamond Paul George. I've been screaming it from the mountaintops all year. I forgot about Dominique, honestly. I've run into him one time. I just feel like not very many people haven't used that card. Dinwiddie's price has taken a hit since Halliburton. Tracy Mcgrady's price did take a little bit of a hit yesterday because of DeRozan, but he's still 700K. And his price is only going up because there's less and less of them. The packs have gone away. I am a Tracy McGrady stan to the heavens, and I'm not going to pay that for him. I'll probably end up buying DeRozan if I really want to. Karolinko's price is back up. Looks like he's going closer to 200K, and that has a lot to do with next gen. He's one of the best power forwards on next gen. Current gen, not so much. That Hall of Fame steady really hurts him. With that base 98, he's going to miss a lot of whites. Giannis is back up as well, so I don't know. I'll probably end up selling Karolinko today as well. I don't really need him anymore. Badges are interesting. There's only a few that'll net you like a pretty decent profit, those being like, Deadeye. But there is a XP challenge where purchasing a badge from the auction house, so you can make a couple hundred more MT on certain badges than you could before. Not really much has changed though, because like most people aren't going to go complete that challenge by buying a flexible for 6K. Most people are going to try to buy like a post-move lockdown for 750. But, if you have badges that typically go for 700 or just don't sell at all, you can at least make some MT on it. If you have Deadeye, I understand a lot of people like to hoard Deadeye because it's the one thing that most cards don't have when they come out. So, anyways, guys, it has been your boy Cheap Ludes. Thanks for watching the video. Have a happy holidays. I'll be back with more content later, including tier lists. So, peace.